Hello, and welcome to the Terminal 1 podcast. I am your host with the most, Charlene, and my guest today, I'm so excited for this one, guys. Like, yes, I had other brilliant guests, and I'm going to have other brilliant guests as well, but my guest today I'm most excited for. She's all the way from Bulawayo. She is the baddest in the game, the freestyle queen, the MC with the most, the girl with the blue hair, although today she does not have blue hair. Barbie from Ekasi, Noluntu J. What's up?
Hi. Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm alright. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming through. I'm so excited for this episode. I'm not gonna lie. You know, like just it's your energy for me is just it's crazy. I remember like the first time I saw you perform.
Yeah.
It blew my mind.
Art gallery in Bulawayo.
Yeah, it blew my mind. Because to be honest, you know, like I was talking to you beforehand, and you know, you're such a sweet girl. You know, you're very demure, very cutesy, very nice, very chill. But like you on stage is completely different. You got like so much energy, and I was like, it's so hard.
What is happening?
What's happening? Who is this? Where's the girl I was talking to earlier on? But nah, shout out to you. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. How's Harare been so far?
It's really great. Like, it's always so much fun being in the city, in the capital. Yeah, so far so good. It's been really great. Meeting up with friends in the city, collaborations, you know, a lot of things to do. Yeah,
nice. So let's dive straight into it. Can you just introduce yourself? I know I introduced you, you know, but like for people who don't know, maybe they live in the rock or something, I don't know. Can you tell them who you are and why they should actually listen to what you have to say?
Okay, my name is Noluntu J. I am an award-winning musician from Bulawayo. I was born in South Africa, raised half my life in Soweto, and my other part of my life in Bulawayo. I'm a rapper, I'm a singer, I am a very cool person.
Heavy on the cool person, guys. Heavy on the cool person.
Yeah.
Awesome, fantastic. So you mentioned you're a musician. What inspired you to get into music?
I think I've always loved music from when I was little. I can't even remember what day, but music has always been like I think I always knew I wanted to be a musician from when I was a child. Like,
really?
Yeah, because I was never there. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor. No, for me it was really the music. Really? Even that, like, so animation, the movies. I loved watching musical animations, musical movies. You know, so music has been a thing for me. Always,
wow. Yeah. And so you're made for this, because if I try to think of what I wanted to be when I was a kid, I think I changed my career trajectory like at least 8 times.
I'm actually one of the few people to be,
you know,
who they wanted to be when they
were kids. I'm sure little Noluntu is very, very proud, very, very happy. That's amazing. And how would you describe your musical evolution from when you started up until where you are right now?
It's been great. I think that's one of the things that actually keeps me moving, you know, looking at where I started and where I am now, the rocks I've jumped, the mountains I've climbed. It's been a very long journey and a successful one, I'd say.
Awesome. And speaking of mountains that you've climbed, the music industry already it's extremely male dominated,
yes,
right?
True.
And it's not really the kindest, you know, like there's a lot of rough people out there, you know, very mean people. But as a woman as well, who's in the hip hop industry, which is also like a very cutthroat, you know, you're made to, you know, go against other people, even though you really don't want beef with anyone. But at some point you actually have to beef with someone because that's like the culture.
So, yeah.
That's what we expect. How have you overcome some of those obstacles? Like what challenges have you know, faced, and how did you manage to rise above?
I think the beefs, the comparisons, challenges, and I think mainly those are like the challenges that we face. But at the end of the day, it's about knowing where you come from and knowing where you want to be. You know, that way it becomes easier for you not to be distracted by like other people.
Yeah.
You know, like. Yeah, so I think it's all about discipline, character discipline. Like, I will not jump out of who I am just to please people that I don't know. You know, like, this is what I want to do. This is what I've always wanted to do. So I'll do it, you know. And if me entertaining certain things then interrupts what I want to do or where I want to go, then I most probably wouldn't.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. Because like I know we had some of the conversations like throughout the week about how sometimes you'll have people that really you know what I mean, and it's really not fair, and if you decide to like shy away or like just go a different direction from what everyone wants you to do, you're then pegged a certain way. Nah, she's difficult. Hey, she's a diva. No, what. And even people will even make up stories. Hey, she's loose. Hey, she did this, she did that.
Exactly. I think like, those are actually some of the things that I've like been through also. Like, yeah, she's a diva. Because I think with me, my greatest value is respect. You know, if I'm gonna meet someone for the first time, I will always make sure that I respect them. And like if we're like in the work field, the people that I work with, my friends, I think everyone, the producers, you know, it's all about respect. I understand this is who you are, this is what you do, and I want this and that from you, you know. As long as we respect each other, you know, that's my greatest key point.
Yeah.
So the minute someone starts disrespecting me, then I feel like, oh, there's really no way that we can keep on working
together.
Like, I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you have, or what I need from you. The minute there's no respect in our working relationship, then we shouldn't have a working relationship at all.
Yeah, no, to be honest, because I feel like respect goes both ways, you know, and if you can't respect someone, especially like in arts, if you can't respect someone's direction, someone's vision, and you're just, you know, stepping on it, it's really demeaning, it's really demotivating, and even like just the creative workflow, it kind of like ruins the whole
ruins
vibe.
Everything. Because if I'm gonna come to you as a producer, like, hi, my name's Noluntu, I'm an artist, this is a project that I'm working on, I'd like A, B, and C from you. How much do you charge? Okay, I've got this much, and we come to an agreement. I need this done by a certain deadline. Then I expect you to meet that deadline.
Yeah.
You know, because like there's reasons and there's people behind the brain Noluntu J, you know. So, and I think everyone has like an important role to play around Noluntu J. So the minute one of those people does not meet a certain end, then it just brings down the whole
thing. Yeah, definitely the domino effect. Yeah, it's a huge team. Which is actually quite interesting that you did mention that, because a lot of rappers nowadays, not rappers, but just artists in general, like especially in our creative economy, music is on the rise, but there's still a long way that we have to go. We don't get you guys don't get, let me not put myself in the same, you guys, you're the real heroes. You guys don't get the same recognition or same, you know, value. Like, you're entertaining people. It's very hard, and most of the time you're doing it at your own expense. You've been booked for a show, whether you are going, and especially like for Hans, I feel so bad. You've been booked for a show, and then you've got like the worst period pains like in the world.
Oh my God!
People are expecting you on stage at that time.
I've been there. I have been there. And it was actually one of my greatest performances, and like the outfit that I'd picked and what I was going through. It was crazy.
It was crazy, but you still performed. You still had to do it. You see,
it was the Bulawayo Arts Awards. I don't remember who, but one of the artists, the performing artists, I don't remember whether it was a dancer or someone.
Yeah.
They found me in a corner, just there, like this crying.
In that fetal position.
And they were like, wait, is that Noluntu? Because I had blue hair. So is that Noluntu? That's all I could hear. So I don't know what happened, but she just came to comfort me. I don't even know who it was, but like it was
Shout out to you, man.
Shout out to you.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. And I feel like it's one of those things that like a lot of people sort of like, they look past it. We are all musicians, but then there is a difference between a male musician and a female musician.
Even my wardrobe was malfunctioning on stage because I'm like, guys, I'm sorry for what I'm wearing. It's because of what I'm going through.
You know what I mean? And they don't really consider those facts. They're like, we don't care what you're going through. At the end of the day, we want you to perform. You're supposed to wear this. And you're like, guys, there's a lot of things happening, because for a guy, he can just, you know, rock
I feel like
sweatpants or whatever.
they can rock the coolest t-shirt.
You
and
know,
they're okay.
and they're done.
Haircut, nice
nyana,
t-shirt, nice
chichi.
pants. Up there.
But you have to be like, okay, if I dance a certain way, it's
I can't wear that t-shirt and those
I can't
pants.
do this. I can't do that. So it's really tough being a musician who's a woman as well, and having to perform at the same par as well. Because as someone who's I'm not a musician. I expect you to perform just as good as the next dude.
Exactly.
I'm not even going to be comparing you saying, but you're a woman. No, you're a musician, full stop. That's like but at the same time, I do understand, Kuti, at the end of the day, you guys are people. Yes, I did pay money to see someone. So because I've paid money, I sort of like...
expect the best.
Exactly, expect the best. And I forget that at the end of the day...
These are people.
You know what I mean? Like, you're human as well. You're probably having an off day. You know, you're probably going through it, or you probably haven't eaten.
Yeah.
Or it's one of those things. And it's just some of the things that we have to sort of like work around. So yeah, man, like, yeah, it's just being, I've got like a newfound respect for musicians for sure. And what would you say has been your most defining point in your career where you were like, wow, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I wanted to be a musician from like 6 years old.
God, that's a very interesting question. Because I think I have lots of them.
Hey, brag, girl, brag.
But
come on.
No, Let me see. I don't know. The thing is, or maybe it was like the award that I got for like best live performance. Yeah, I think you know that moment on stage.
I believe that.
Like, oh, this is yours. Oh, mine. Oh my God.
It's my little baby. You guys like what I do?
You know. And actually, whenever I go on stage, you know, I always have a conversation with myself before jumping on the stage. You know what? These are the days that I've been working hard for. These are the days that I've been praying for. So I really need to make the most out of this. You know? So like, I think every day on stage and actually getting paid for being on stage is a defining moment. Is a defining moment. It's a defining moment for my career, because it's not a lot of people in the arts that get those opportunities. It's not a lot of people in the arts that actually get paid for their crafts. You know, so finally getting paid for your craft, I think that's the biggest definition of my career.
No, that's good. And I really like the fact that you did sort of like zone in on some people don't get paid for their craft, which I feel like is very exploitative, because I do understand at some point we all start somewhere, right?
Yeah, we all start somewhere.
But this issue of promoters and, you know, festival managers saying, now, no, we'll pay you exposure.
Someone say, funny, we had a video shoot. It wasn't mine though. I was doing makeup for one of the models there. So they kept talking about how, you know, she was just saying it in passing. She's like, I know. The problem is that you can actually call someone as big as who. She name dropped a certain artist. And you just tell them that, oh, no, I've got $400 or I've got $150 or I've got no money at all. And they actually pull up. But if you go to these, what other artists, unexposed artists, and you're like, hey, I've got, how much, Chichi? And then they're like, oh, no, I want 800. What? And I'm like, but that's the value that they see in themselves, you know. If an artist is going to charge you a certain amount, doesn't necessarily mean he's going to go buy alcohol and ice cream with that money. Yeah. There's a lot of things that you do not know that happen behind the scenes to actually build that artist. So that money needs to be paid. Exposure will not pay the producer, will not pay the photographer, or the InDrive. Yeah, it won't. It really won't. It really won't. So yeah, like, hey, most people, I think, that whole exposure mentality that you can, of course, exposure is good, you know, like that. Oh, we are not paying you, we are giving you exposure. it is okay
Yeah.
time to time, but it needs to have a limit. You can't be pay me with the exposure artist like forever. It needs to have a limit. I think you can do it for the first 1 or 2 years
Yeah.
of your career. After that, you've seen what I do.
Yeah,
Pay
come
me.
on, come on. And especially like when it comes to your exposure, it's certain areas. I feel like
certain areas.
even if you do like charge a certain, fee, there's some opportunities that you're like, okay, fine,
Exactly.
maybe the exposure here actually
is
makes
actually
sense
good.
because what I'm going to like the value proposition that you're going to get after that is
Value exchange, true.
exactly it makes sense. But if it's just a
Because sometimes it's not always about people seeing you on stage like that. Oh, yes, I
Exactly.
performed at this event and there were people there and they watched me on stage. Sometimes it's about what you get from that event after. It could be content, you need great stage content.
do.
What? When come through your camera, I need proper stage footage.
Yeah.
Like those are some of the things that like come with being on a big stage, on a good stage, the content, so that you use it to get paid in other
in
places,
other ways. Exactly. So I think it's just you just need to sort of like pick your battles. At the end of the day, you just sort of like need to pick your battles.
True.
Yeah. And unfortunately, there are some people that when it comes to conversations about who's the baddest, who's the greatest, who's the dopest, who's got the sickest flow, and to some extent, my friends, I have taught you differently, but we were all part of those people. Conversations are usually just limited to Harare because we grew up in Harare, so we're like, oh nah, all the talent is in what? It's in Harare, but like the older you get, the more exposure you get, you actually find it's nah, bruh.
There's
There's Bulawayo, there's Gweru, there's Mashingo, there's Gwanda, there's like a lot of people, there's Plantry. So conversations are now more wider. So when we're having those conversations, okay, currently who's in your playlist? You're like, ish, I don't know. Do you feel like there is a bit of a disconnect between the cities when it comes to whether it's collaborations or just conversations in music in general, opportunities, etc.?
There is actually there's like a whole lot of disconnect, because I've seen how a lot of people in Harare do not know about like the currently popping musicians in Bulawayo. And other people, most people, should I say a lot of people in Bulawayo, might also not know who like the currently popping musician in Harare is. So there's like a major disconnect in like the the two industries.
Yeah. And how would you say, or what would you rather have artists do to sort of like bridge that gap? Because you can have maybe like different programs, for example, Music Connects Africa, part of this year's cohort. We'll talk about that later. But you've got some programs that sort of like try to bridge that gap. But if it's not for those programs, what else can artists do? Because if there's a show happening somewhere, you'll have maybe people nowadays actually do open calls, right, for certain shows, saying if you're an artist and you want to apply, send through your stuff, we'll take a look. But you've got promoters that want to specifically handpick people. And what I've noticed from my experience in it is there aren't that many artists but the number of artists in Harare that go perform in Bulawayo and the number of artists from Bulawayo that come to perform in Harare, it's very uneven. It's very unequal. How would you advise promoters? Do you say, hey guys, just pick us? Or would you say, come give us a chance, come listen, even if it's not selecting, just come through, have a listen, free a weekend or free a week. It's your job to be scouting for these things. Come through to Bulawayo, have some events.
I think that's what I'd say, to be honest, because like I know a whole lot of talented artists in Bulawayo, like a whole lot of talented musicians, people who make great music. K Breezy, Indigo Saint, Fab G, Biggie Way, there's about Kyla Black, Novio Sikyo, Tandy Shana, Kwezi, all those people. There's like a whole lot of talented artists. So I think it's a matter of us having about five promoters. Finally deciding, what, my next show I want to have about 2 artists from Bulawayo, and another promoter I want to have 2 artists on the lineup from Bulawayo. Like that whole so that way it gets people more familiar with like the artists. And on the artist side, without the promoters, also about collaborating with each other as artists, you know. Like, I think I collaborated a lot with Harare artists. That's how I was able to, like, get some of the people in Harare to, like, know me as an artist, you know. It was about collaboration, Holy Tains, Chapter, Baga, Michael Meggs, you know, all those collaborations. And the Domeja, Roman Rap, Shabin Fest, like, these are the people that I've collaborated with. And not just with artists, but photographers as well, Thrills, Francis Media, fashion designer, Minister of White Linen. Like, these are people that I've collaborated with, you know, and it has helped me to, like, jump into some of the platforms in Harare that, you know. So I think collaboration also
it really, really helps. All right, fantastic. And if you could go back 5 years, what is there anything that you would do different in terms of your music career? Would you open that TikTok account earlier and start doing the dances, or would you, you know, are there some opportunities where you're like, you know what, maybe I should have just jumped in with my eyes closed and see where it would have taken me?
To be honest, I don't really think so, you know, because I feel like every, let me say, mistakes or challenges that I've faced, mistakes that I've done or challenges that I've faced, I think that these were things that, like, structured me to be who I am today. So I feel like everything happens for a reason. And I know how people always talk about missed opportunities, but I don't really believe in missed opportunities. You know, I always feel like if I didn't get that, it wasn't mine. It was Charlene's, and that's okay. You get it. So I don't really believe in missed opportunities. I am a person that believes that if that train wasn't mine, another one is coming. So I'll just keep working and keep working and keep working until, you know what I mean? So I feel like if I were to change a thing, then I wouldn't be where I am today.
No, that's great. That's a great way to look at life. And I feel like a lot of people need to sort of like get into that zone as well, because you need to, like, I'm a firm believer in clapping for others until it's your turn. You know what I mean?
Until
so
it's your turn.
Even if you know, I think I'm better than you, but
it's not mine.
It's not
yours.
mine. It's yours. It's
and
yours.
like, I've seen how, like, other artists, you mentioned something about beef, and like how some people, you know, they get their opportunities and then they start acting rowdy out of character. That, hey, look at me, I'm better than you.
Ego.
Come now, let me show you. I'm more paid than you. And I have had people like that come for me, people that have, like, found their opportunities come for me. And, like, my friends are always like, you should, like, pull up and show her where you're from. I'm like, nah, you know what? Like, I am a fighter. I know that I fight sometimes. But
you got hands.
But, like, with those types of people, I always feel like, no, you know what? It's their time to shine.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Everyone has a chance for, you know, their star, being a star, what. Everyone has a time to shine. So if it's their time to shine, let them shine. Let them do what they want to do. You know what I mean?
No, I get that. No, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, so let's circle back to what I was saying earlier on. You're part of this year's Music Connects Africa program, which is an initiative brought to you by the British Council and the Swiss Embassy of Zimbabwe. What can you say has benefited you from the program? Like, is it opportunities? Is it just experiences, people? Like, what would you say has been, like, a wow moment where you're like, okay, makes sense.
Experiences.
Really?
You know, experiences. The music business lessons, you know. I think that's what I was most excited about, you know. And, like, I think on some of the surveys, that's what I'd, like, write to. I want to learn more about the music business. Even my mentor, she was like, oh, so what are you hoping to get from this? I'm like, I just want to know more about the music business, like the business side of music, the corporates, what's the lawyers, the contracts, these things. These are things that I want to know. I can write music, you know. I know I've got like even PR, but the business side, how to convert that into proper money, how to get these big corporates to look at me as a brand, you know. And I learned a lot of those things, and I really cannot wait to like put them into play.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, I really can't wait to see what you actually have to come up with, because like I'll be watching, trust me, I'll be watching, you know. Apparently something like a ghost, I don't know, someone wrote a song about a ghost, I don't know, you know, it could be you, could be someone, I don't know, but yeah. So if you could collaborate with any artist, like your dream collaboration, one from Zim, one from SA.
Oh, God. In Zimbabwe, I want to collaborate with Nati O.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's really talented. He's really good. He knows how to make music. He's just like, Oh, this is music, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, Nati O he's also my favorite artist. So like, I really want to collaborate with Nati O. I think that's my dream Zimbabwean collaboration, you know. So if you ever see me on a track with Nati O, just know that
she manifested it here. No, that's great. That's great.
Man. And in South Africa, it's
Uzakwe.
Yeah, it goes Tipoza Lamapoza. Zakwe is from Durban. The greatest rappers, one of the greatest rappers alive.
Word.
Yep.
Okay.
Zakwe is really good.
So you'll be going bar
Although
for bar.
he will bury me.
No.
But he won't. So
you'll be going bar for bar.
I
band
will,
for band.
I will nyatso sit down.
Zig for run.
Nyahamba nyopahla, you know. Go to the forest
and you make sure you're right. I'm ready.
And manifest.
I'm ready.
Go right.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. And I do feel like the trajectory that you're currently on, these things will definitely happen. You know, you just need to have the audacity.
I receive.
Exactly. Audacity and delusion will get you very far in life, guys. I am a firm believer in that.
I will think about the delusion.
No. You don't need. That's the thing with delusion.
You don't think about it.
You just do. Exactly.
Nati, are you in there?
Now I'm sure eventually, like, for sure, I'm actually willing to put money on that. There will be a Nati O.
We have a buyer, ladies and gentlemen.
Collaboration somewhere in the future, and it'll be something for sure.
Yeah, something beautiful.
All right, Noluntu, let me not keep you. You know, like our production team is giving us eyes saying we should wrap this thing up. Even though we're chilling with rappers and I ain't got no bars, but what I can rap is this episode up.
Yeah.
And maybe some Christmas presents.
I never expected it.
Co-sign me, guys. I've got bars sometimes. They might not be the best.
Yeah, I wasn't ready.
It's something. It's you know.
You will hear that on a song.
On a song. Oh, no, fantastic. It's okay. Just give me my 0.5. Nah, for sure. Noluntu, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Is there anything that you would like to say to your fans, your haters, little Noluntus out there that want to pursue rapping? Or if you just want to tell people to follow you at your Spotify, Deezer, YouTube, everywhere.
Please follow me. Please.
Get those numbers up.
I'm Noluntu J on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everywhere. It's Noluntu J. No underscore, no full stop, no nothing. Just Noluntu J. So check me out and add a like, a share, a something. I don't know. Just follow me.
Yes.
Please.
Be one of those monthly subscribers, monthly listeners on Spotify. Give me your royalties.
Give me my royalties.
That's fantastic. Noluntu, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay in Harare.
Thank you so much.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. We will see each other on the next episode. In the next. And then we're done. There'll be one more. And then we're done. Bye.